Right now, I'm in an area called Afua. It's located on the largest island at the mouth of the Amazon River and has about 11,000 inhabitants, with another 36,000 living in a cluster of islands nearby. The people here survive mainly on fishing or gathering local fruits, taking wood from the forest, sometimes illegally, and boat building. There are no roads in Afua. We are a 5-hour boat ride up the Amazon from the town of Macapa. All the houses are on stilts because the tide comes in and floods the whole area. The center of the town has sturdy wooden houses and well-maintained boardwalks above the tidal flats. People get around by bicycle or on foot.
We meet a 10-year-old boy called Edivaldo. His nickname is Luru. It means Blondie. He brings Custodio, the regional director of EMAF, and Charles to the place where he lives. It's families like Luru's that need help here in Afua, and it's Custodio's job to find them and figure out how EMAF can help.
I've just left the well-maintained boardwalk of the pretty town with its nice houses, and we're on the outer part of the town now, and things are very different. People here are poor, the houses are fairly ramshackle, the boardwalk is precarious, and we're going to meet with a family whose story we want to share with you.
The walkways become narrow and shaky. Soon they're just planks, and they're treacherous. Then even the planks run out. There's no escaping the mud. The neighborhood children are curious to see a foreigner in this remote corner of Brazil. This is Luru's home. Is it possible that anyone can live in this inhospitable place? Living here is a constant battle with foul-smelling mud. A bucket of water is ready to rinse it off before climbing onto the platform.
I'm with Nazare in what is really 2/3 of a finished house. She and her husband and 4 boys, 16, 14, 10 and 8, have lived here for nearly 4 years. They've been unable to finish the house. And because of the poverty that they live in, they have so little food. She was often fainting out of sheer fatigue and lack of energy. And I want to just ask you a few questions. Nazare, how is your health?
Às vezes eu sinto, tem dia que me dá uma febre muito no meu corpo, sinto logo um tremor no meu corpo, dor de cabeça, tudo isso eu sinto.
How many times a day can you eat?
Hoje eu não comi nadinha, não tenho comida, não tenho básico, não tenho nada. Estou limpo de tudo, não tenho nadinha.
Have the boys eaten anything today?
Os meninos.
Luru's family has no money for food. His father and oldest brother have gone into the jungle to harvest wild fruit to sell. They go for weeks at a time, and the family muddles along as best they can until his return. The only food Luru has today is what he can catch himself in the creek beside the house. The shrimp are feeding in polluted water, but the boys are desperate for anything to eat.
Luru, what was the last food you had? When did you eat it and what was it?
Hoje foi camarão com piaba.
Okay, I'm crouched in Nazare's kitchen here, such as it is. It's got a little fire where she cooks. There's a bottle of cooking oil and just a tiny little bit of corn flour that is left from other meals. Otherwise, there's no food here at all. Now, we're going to give her a food parcel and that's going to care for her children for several days, but it will run out. Today they caught in the stream here 10 shrimps. That was 2 shrimps each, and that's been the food they've had all day today. So it's extremely basic, extremely primitive, and the family are hungry.
But the family is not only battling hunger. Their poverty brings many problems. There's no furniture except for a table. All their possessions are stored here in an attempt to keep them dry. It's a losing battle.
Nazare, what happens when it rains in this house?
Não fica nada enxuto. Molha tudinho.
The roof is made of palm leaves. It leaks badly, and it rains every day here. When the tide comes in, the water swirls around this house, and under the house it's on stilts, as all the buildings here are. And so there's a lot of disease, a lot of sickness. There's a little outhouse here. You have to walk a single plank to get to it. And it just drops down to the ground, gets swept away in the water. And on this side of the house, that same water is gathered up in a bucket and used for cooking and cleaning and that kind of thing.
There's no sanitation. What drops from the outhouse goes straight into the water where the children bathe. It's no wonder they get sick. Luru has a skin infection. Ringworm. All the boys are in grade 1. They only just started school because they had no ID documents before now. With little education, poor health, and an absent father, they have little hope.
I've asked Nazare the question, what hope does she have for her 4 boys? We rephrased it 3 times, and she was unable to understand even the concept of hope and a future for her boys. It's a hand-to-mouth, day-by-day existence. And there is no hope, and there is no sense of future. And this has become very evident from her conversation with her. There are people like Nazare who are hopeless.
That's when Custodio steps in. Today, he brings a temporary solution for Nazare, but he has long-term goals to help people in this region. Custodio establishes contact with needy families. Nazare not only needs food, healthcare, and housing, she needs spiritual help.
The desire is that there is a center built in Afua where people like this family with 4 boys can be ministered to practically and spiritually and be given a future and a hope. And we want to see transformation in this home. And the work that we're asking you to share with us in is going to make that possible.